Hi, good morning, everyone. I hope my voice is audible loud and clear to all of you. Hi, good morning, Kate. Hi, Sachin. So let's just start in a couple of minutes, right? So let me wait. Let's just wait for everyone to be in. Start in 5 minutes. Hello, hi, good morning, everyone. So let's get started. Right. Okay. So just to start off with, right, yesterday we were working on the exercise, right? We had worked upon how we can edit the locations and correct the locations, table calculations, how they can be done across and down the table. We were talking about the motion chart, right? So those are the things that we had covered up yesterday. So any questions, anyone, before we move forward, anything you would like to ask? Oops. Okay. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the new topic that is going to be group and set. Okay. So let me just come up on that. So for that, first of all, I will request you to please download the data set. I'm just uploading one data set for you all. Okay. So I'm just putting the link over here, so you can please download a data set from here. That is by the name of 1000 startups. This is the data set that I will request you all to please download. Done. Okay. So now, I would like to give you a quick task, right? So you have to use these two data sets, right? And let's see how are you able to come up on this. See, this data is about, like 1,000 startup companies, right? In first, like we will be trying to understand and do some analysis. Like, for example, if we want to, if you have to invest your money in some startups, so which startup you should plan, you should invest your money in. So in this first sheet, you have like the name of the startup, to which industry that startup belongs, what is a little description, the year it was founded, how many employees are in that startup, in which state and city that startup was founded. Okay, that is the data you have in the first sheet. If you will go in the second sheet, that is financials. So in this, you have the revenue, right? How much revenue that startup made in 2015? What were the 2015 expenses? 2015 profit. Then same thing is given for 2014 and 13 as well. So based on this data, so these are the two asks that I have. So you have to create a chart to show the 2015 revenue for all industries. You have to create a chart to show IT and software as one industry and remaining as it is. So try to do it, all of you. The file is 1,000 startups. So Kalpesh, there is a data set you have to download, which is on the LMS 1000 startups. And these questions we have to try. Please download the data set 1000 startups. No searching that won't be required because we are working for only 2015 over here. So you can use that particular field. Okay. So if we come on this, right? I hope you all have read the join in this data set. Okay. The first part of this would be to create a join between the two data sets now. So I hope this is something you all have done it. So you have to double click on that, right? I think you are not double clicked on it, right? So you have to, when you are bringing the first data set, right? So what you do is you double click on this, then you drop the second one, right? See now over here, please pay attention, all of you, right? So when you see the connection over here, you see in the connection, you see there are two type of connections that we have, right? So when we talk about these connections now, so what exactly are they, right? Connections. So there are two connections that we have. One is live and one is extract. So what is live basically? See, in live, what is happening is the data is flowing directly from data source to the Tableu. Okay, so data is flowing directly from the database to the Tableu. Now, this option doesn't come in the Tableu public, right? This option is something which will come only in the Tableu licensed software, right? This doesn't come in the Tableu public. So if you will use a licensed software, that is where you will be able to see this option. Okay. So what do I mean by this is, like, this is where you will see that you have the data source. Suppose this is Excel. And, like, this is where you have the Tableu. So what happens over here is data directly flows from extract to the Tableu in this, right? This is how the data flows. Now, what happens is there is another type of a connection which we call it as an extract. In the extract, what happens is Tableu will create a TDE, right? Tableu will create a TDE. This stands for Tableu data extract. So in this case, what happen is data will not, oops, so sorry. In this case, what happens is data does not flow directly from data source to Tableu. Data will be first extracted and it will be saved in another file, right? This will be a Tableu format file over here. And in this, what happens is the data is actually, compressed to a very high extent, right? The data is compressed to a very high extent when it is, converted into the format of TDE now. Okay. So what will actually be happening over here is, like, when you have this Tableu data extract, the data will go in an extract format and then the data will flow into the Tableu from that extract into the Tableu desktop. The benefit of this whole process is that the data gets compressed to a lot of extent, and because the data gets compressed, the performance of the Tableu gets better. Okay, this is what happens in this case now. Are you all getting it? Like when the data is converted into an extract, the data will be compressed to in a fast engine of the Tableu, and the performance of the Tableu will get better. And how we do it? It's just one single click. See, what will happen is if I click on extract, now nothing has changed from the functionality perspective. Nothing has changed. If I will hover on this extract, it will tell me that import your data into the Tableu's fast data engine, and extract is created when you click on the sheet tab. Now what will happen is I have changed my connection. The moment I will click on sheet 1, it will ask me to save this extract. See, this is saved with the format of TDE now. Okay, and I can then click save on this. So what will now happen is data is now coming from that extract into the Tableu interface. So anytime if I have to refresh the data, so what I will do is if I will right click on this I will say extract, refresh. So this what this will do is this will actually, the extract will hit the data source, bring the latest data from there, and then from that extract, the data will actually come into the Tableau. Make sense, all of you? Extract and data. See, basically, this is useful when you actually come over there, when you actually, when you're working on the servers, right? Tableau servers. So over there, these live connection and extract connection actually help us to schedule the refreshes. See, live will work like that. Okay, if I want something like if the moment the data gets refreshed in the data source, you want that the data should get refreshed in the dashboard. So that is where this live connection helps. And on the extract, what happen is you can set up the time that okay, every day I want at 5 p.m. my data should get refreshed and so my Tableau dashboards. So that is where the another benefit or the use case of extract comes in. But from the Tableau desktop perspective, the extract is going to compress the data, which is going to give you a better performance. Make sense? Okay. Now, what happened is like the task was to create a chart to show the 2015, the revenue for the industry. So how we make this up? No data will not be lost, Surupa. No data at all will be lost. Same data gets come over there. If you pick up the industry, so Deepak, it doesn't come in the Tableau public. It will come only in the Tableau license software. Right? So public is a free edition. So in the free edition, you only get extract. So there is no live option in that. And you will pick up the industry and you will have 2015 revenue. And that comes over here. Right? So I can also keep this chart this way. So this is the chart that I get. Right? So if I talk about 2015 financials, right? So IT and the software is something which has given us the highest revenue. I hope this chart you all would have been able to create it. So Kaushik, in Tableau desktop license software by default it is the live, and in public it is only the extract option that you have. We do not have the live over there. So Kasuri, it's not a unit, it's a join. So what you have to do is you have to drag the first sheet, financials, then you double click on financials, and then you drop the overview on the right side. Okay, then you all create this chart. So then you have to sort it. You have to sort the data. So when you do the sorting, it will sort it in the descending order of the revenue. Okay. Now the next question was, right, like the next question said that you have, like create a chart to show IT and software as one industry and remaining as it is. Okay. Create a chart to show IT and software as one industry and remaining as it is. Okay. Yep. So there are two ways of doing it. One is group, and one was if condition, right? We could have done it with the help of if condition also. So if condition is something we have already learned and explored and seen few of the cases of that. Now what we do is this is where we learn the new concept that is group. Okay. See, group means to combine few items together into one, right? That is something we call it as group now. So on the industry, we have to create a group. We want to show IT services and software as one. So how we do that is you go in the industry, right? If I will go in the industry, right click on that and I will say create group. So please do that. Right click on industry, create group. So Pankaj, I'm not clear on the question. How to know when to do data mining? Mining as in so now when you will see when you create a group, this is a dialog box that will come onto your screen, right? So what you do over here is you have to select IT services and you have to select press control key and select software. Select the two items. Okay. And then you have to click on group. So these two items are now grouped to one another. Then you simply then click on apply and OK. Right? These two items are now grouped together. I hope all of you are able to do it. So Pankaj, blending is required when you have to you have to go and check the data for that thing. You have to understand that okay, if in a particular case, right, if you feel that the join will create multiple records and you have to first group the data, that is where you will go with the blending. Okay, then you just click on apply and OK, and you will see there is a new field that is created, industry group. So remove the industry from here and bring the industry group in this. And you will see your chart will now be created where we will see IT service and software, their data is coming as one. Their data is grouped together. Okay, I hope you're able to do it. So you have to right click on the industry, create group, and in this you have to select IT services and software together. You will select IT services and control keys, then select software and group it. So when you click on this group button over here, these two items will be grouped together, right? And that's it. Then you click on apply and OK. So when you create a group, so what happens in that case is you get a new, a field getting created, industry one, which can be seen over here. And you just remove the industry and bring that new field over here, industry one group. Now what we do over here is, right, like for example, if you want to edit the group, if you right click and edit the group, so you can add more than one groups also, right? Like right now we have just one group in this, that is IT services and software. So suppose if you bring, if you want to group, say suppose, the let's see, we have, finance, financial services, and insurance, right? Suppose I want to bring financial services and insurance also. So what I can do is I'll just group it up together, these two items together, and you will say group on this. So now these two items are also grouped over here. And now if you will see over here in this, what will now happen is currently financial services and software are coming two separate entities. So they will be combined together now. Okay. So financial services and the software, sorry, not software, insurance. Financial services and insurance, they will be combined together. So let's do it. You can see now financial services and insurance. So the total revenue is shown for them. So this is where what we have done is we have talked about the concept of group. So Kaushik, where is the scroll bar coming up? Yeah, I mean in the chart, like on what side? Down, below, where? So this is where you are seeing the scroll bar is coming. A vertical scroll bar over here. Just make it entire view, right? So just click on this and make it entire view. Okay. So now let's move forward on this. Now the next thing that we talk over here is, see, like for example, I have shown you that how we have done it. So Vidya, that will automatically come because we have edited the same field. So since we have edited the existing group, so what will now happen is it will be updated in that same field itself. So you will see IT services as one, and over here you will see financial services and insurance also. Okay. So you will see financial service and insurance also. Okay. See, if you want to do the same thing with the if condition, how you will do it? I would have written create calculated field, right? Let's call it as uh, if group, giving it a name as if group. So what I would have done is I would have said if industry is equal to, the name is IT services. Then we would like to call it as IT and software. Else if, I don't know if you want, you can just do it over here also. You can say if industry equal to IT services or industry equal to uh, software, right? Then call it as IT and software, else whatever the industry is, right? And so this is what will give you the same answer. If industry equal to IT services or industry equal to software, then IT and software, else industry. Make sense? I am saying that if the industry name is IT services or the industry name is software, then we call it as IT and services. Else, whatever the name it is, the same name will come up. Okay, if you can apply an okay now over here. In the data source, we will be able to see the new field that we have created will be added, right? So if group, so see IT and software. So that way the same thing will come up. So if you come on the chart and if you bring that if group over here in the columns or in the rows and you bring the revenue in this, you will be able to see this value in this now. Now you can do it. So any field that you have read LX so that you can do it. So if you go over here in that if group field, so you just have to right click on that and edit it. So if you will change the condition, accordingly the data will change. Edit and you can do it. And do not please copy paste this. It can happen because in my data set it is coming as industry one. And in your cases it could be just industry. So it can, give an error in your case. So if it is giving an error, please make industry one as industry. So no, Siddhant, so you cannot use it everywhere. So grouping is something which is, see, if is something which can be used for conditions, right? So if you want to check that, okay, if the sale is more than 500, you want to call it as high. If it is less than 500, you want to call it as low. So over there, the group will not work. Group is something which is just to combine the items together into one, right? Like the technical name group, right? When we say, okay, they are now all the students over here create the groups. So you will just pair up. So that is what the group actually does. Okay. So shall I move forward? Any other question, anyone? So Pudu, you have a question after grouping for the second time. So how have you done this? I mean, as in, I didn't get your point. How, as in, you are referring to over here, the item in this, like group. I couldn't get your point. Okay. So now, if we come the next thing over here on this, now this is going to be very interesting, right? No, it should not create a new field, right? You don't have to create a new field now this time. You just have to edit the existing group. The group field that you had created, you just go in that, edit that group. So in the same field only, you have two groups now, right? One is this group, one is this group. So you can see when I'm using that field industry group over here, so I can see IT and software, financial services, and the insurance in that. Okay. So yeah, just okay. So they will be combined together. Now what we do over here is we are going to talk about something different. See, all of you, please make the same chart again, right? Where you have the industry and you have the revenue, 2015 revenue. Can you please make the same chart again? So Alex, case when is the same thing like if condition. They are same. So if you will drop that on the color, it will do that for you. Kaushik, if you pick up the group and put on the colors, right? So if you will do that, you will be able to see these colors, right? This group has a different color, and over here this has a different color, so that you can do. Okay. See now, if I ask you a question over here, right? This is a chart that we have. IT services, the where here we have all the industries right now. Now the question that I ask you over here is, suppose I do not want to group IT services and software together. I do not want to group IT services and software together. But what I want is that if someone takes a look on this chart, right? If someone looks on this chart, he should be able to get that information that IT services and software belong to the same category, right? They belong to the same family. So how do you think on this chart you can represent that? That if someone takes a look on this, they should be say that, okay, yes, the IT and software belong to the same family. Yep. So Vidya says put it in the color, right? Any other option? right? See, what we do over here in this case is, if I put this, so technically it will be the colors, right? So if I put industry, right, the industry field on the color, right? If I put the industry on the color, so what will happen is you will see that every industry by default gets a different color, right? I have dragged the industry on the color and every industry has got a different color. So don't do it right now, just understand it. So what I will do is I will have to go in the colors, I will have to edit the colors, and over here, what we will be doing over here is I will say that okay, this section over here, I select one of them and I make all of them as red. And probably I will make IT services blue and I will make software as blue. So now if you will take a look on this chart, can you make out that okay, the IT service and software they belong to the same family by looking on this chart? Okay. So what I have done is the question was basically I wanted to basically create a chart over here where we could say that okay, IT service and software they belong to the same family. By looking at the chart, we should be able to tell that okay, they belong to the same family now. Okay, so looking on this chart, I can see that okay, these IT service and software they belong to the same family because they are color coded, right? They are color coded and they are of the same type or the same industry type. But the problem over here is this was a tedious process, right? We had to do a lot of color changes and all that stuff. So that is where the next feature of Tableau comes in, and that feature is basically called as set. Okay, so set. So this is a feature, where the similar items, right? Similar items are not grouped as one, but highlighted in same color or size or shape. Right? In this, what will happen is in the set, the similar items are not grouped, as one, but highlighted in the same color, size, shape, or filter. So you can do anything with that, but all these items are going to go hand in hand. So let's try to see how we achieve it. See, so all of you first make this chart. Don't use group, use industry in this. Okay. Now this time you have to right click on the industry and create set. You have to create a set. Instead of group, choose the option of set. Okay. Have you seen this kind of a box before? Yep, everyone. Where? Not for group. It was for filters. So when you use filters, that is when the same group comes in. Right? So you see general condition top over there also. So now I'm creating an industry set. Now over here, what I will do is I will say, okay, IT services and software. I want to keep them in the set one. In one of the set, I want to keep them. So just select IT services and software and click on OK. And you will see your set is ready. Got it? Now what we do is we pick that set and put on the color. See, the moment we do that, you will see the values which are in the set, they are in same color, and the outside the set, they are in gray color. Okay? Now, similarly, right, if you remove it from the color, if suppose you put it in the size, right? Sorry. If you put that set on the size, you will notice the same thing. The one which are in the same set, they are of the same size, and rest are of different size, right? If you put this set in the filter, it will filter out the data for you which are in the set. So wherever you're seeing that set, what that is doing, it is basically keeping the similar items as one, what we have kept in the set, and rest they're outside it. Right? So if you now click on the color and edit the colors, right? So one I am saying over here, you want to change the color, so you can do that. Okay? Now you know what we do over here is, so this is not the complete example. So set has a lot of use cases. Now what we will do is we'll make another chart over here. Okay? So now over here, I will show you the more interesting use case of set right now. Now what we will do is we will create a chart. Right? We'll get a chart to show 2015 revenue versus expenses for all the startups. Right? So please do it. Which chart should we create for this? If I have to show 2015 revenue versus expenses for all the startups, it will be a scatter plot. Right? So remember, we discussed like whenever you have two measures and you have to create a chart for that as a comparison, right? So you always create a scatter plot, right? Like yesterday also we saw that video, we were trying to show life expectancy versus, the in that video life expectancy versus the child fertility, right? Then we made another chart where we were trying to see sales versus profit, right? So over here we want to see revenue versus expense. So you pick up the 2015 revenue, put it in the columns, pick up the 2015 expenses, put it in the rows, and you can split this chart then by put the ID in the detail. Put ID in the detail. I know technically you should keep expenses above and revenue below. So this is the chart that you will get. So ID, because these are the startups, Abigail, because I want to see it for every startup, what was the expense and revenue. So that will give me the ID of that expense, the ID of the startup, right? That is what we have over here. For each startup, the IDs are given to me, right? So Madhulina, we can use name also, but name is something we should restrict, right? Why? Because the two startups can have the same names, right? Two startups can have the same names. So in that case, if you will use the name, so that will come as one. The data of those two startups will be combined together, right? But the IDs will always be unique. I hope you all have this chart now. Okay. So now what I would like to do is, suppose I want to see which are those revenues which have the expense less than 5 million, right? I want to see those startups which have expense less than 5 million. It would be this, right? These are the startups which have the expense less than 5 million, right? Because this is expenses and these are the revenues. So all these startups before 5 are the ones which are having the expense less than 5 million. Correct? So what I will do over here right now in this case is, if I will come up over here, so now what we do over here is, we are going to create a set again, and the set will be on ID. Right click on ID and create set. So please do it, all of you, and give this a name as expense set. Give it a name as expense set. Okay. Now in this, we will use condition. I will not use general, right? Because there are 1000 startups. So I will use a condition, and my condition is I want to highlight those startups which have 2015 expense less than equal to 5 million. So please do it. So please be very careful with the sign. less than equal to 5 million. We want to see those startups which have 2015 expense less than 5 million. Okay. Now if you click on OK over here, so now what I can do is this expense set, if I'll put it on the color, you see all the startups which are having expenses less than 5 million are highlighted. Okay. Similarly, can you create one more set on the same field? Create another set. Okay. You have to get another set to highlight startups with revenue more than 10 million. Okay. 2015 only, the same chart. In the same chart only, the same chart that we have made, we have to highlight the startups with, which have revenue more than 10 million in the same chart. So we will have to remove the previous chart, the set, and bring the new set over here. Right? So what we will do, again, we will right click on the ID and I will say create set. I will have to create another set, and this time I'm going to call it as revenue set. Okay. The condition is going to be 2015 expenses, 2015 revenue greater than equal to 10 million. You click on OK now. So you're going to get a revenue set. So if you bring this set now over here on the color, it's going to replace the previous one, right? So you all see, now I can see all the startups which have revenue of more than 10 million. Perfect. All done? See now, if suppose, I ask a, quick, like for example, I want to add a feature where, right now we have added the revenue as 10 million as a fixed. But I want the user should be able to change the revenue. Like the user with whom we will share this report, that person should be able to check that, okay, I want to see the startups which are having revenue of more than 12 million or 8 million. So he should be able to change it. How we will bring that functionality? So how do we do that? Parameters, right? So we'll have to create a parameters for that. So what we will do is we will create a parameter now. So all of you please do it. Let's create a parameter and we're going to call it as revenue parameter. The data type for this is going to be integer. Okay. And we are going to give a range, or we will say a list of values, or we can give a range. So let's give a range. The user should be able to select, suppose say between 5 million to 15 million, and we will keep a step size of 1 million. And then what you do is you click on OK. Okay. Now you can see the parameter is there, right? So that's integer. Data type is integer. Okay, data type is int. Now what I will do is I will right click and I will say show parameter. Now what I need to do is this parameter is something which needs to get assigned in this set. Okay, this parameter needs to get assigned in this set. So how do we do that? Okay, so how do we assign it? So we'll just right click on this set now, right click on the revenue set, edit the set. So over here the value is right now fixed to 10 million, right? But I want the value over here should come as whatever the user has selected. Okay, So unlike filters, right? Unlike bins, you will not get a drop down over here, but you will have to write a formula in this case. And the formula will go as, we want to show those startups where the revenue, sum of 2015 revenue is greater than equal to revenue parameters. This is the formula we will all have to write. So please write it, all of you. Sum of 2015 revenue should be greater than equal to revenue parameter. Got it, everyone? So now see, if you will change the filters, you will see the chart is changing. You will change the parameter, the chart is changing. Okay. So originally it should be greater than equal to, right? So please check the condition in the set. So all of you please check the condition in the revenue set. See, there are two things that you have to check. First of all, in the parameters, right? The parameter that you have created, have you given all the correct numbers? They are in the millions. If you have missed any zeros and all, right? So you will get incorrect result, right? There are 6 zeros, 5 million, 6 zeros, 15 million, 6 zeros, 1 million, 6 zeros. Okay, first of all, check the values. Okay. Then in the revenue set, right, make sure you have made the change in the revenue set, and over there, the condition that you have typed over here is, that is, sum of 2015 revenue is more than equal to revenue parameter. Make sure this condition is correct. Then please check the condition, everyone. Okay. So now is it working, everyone? So now if you change the parameter, the chart should be changing. So David, the values are from 5 million. The values are 5 million, right? 5 million, a person can choose anything between 5 million to 15 million, right? With a a step size of 1 million. So what we have done in this case is we have said, if you will see this parameter that we created, so we have used range. Range means a user can select minimum 5 million, maximum 15 million with a step size of 1 million, right? Like 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, 8 million, 9 million, likewise. Okay. So, I mean, you can share the screen and if someone wants. So, Alex, you can share your screen. I'll just have a quick look at it. So, maybe the similar challenges others would have got it. So, just make you the presenter so you can share your screen. Hey, hi, Alex. Can you hear me? Hello, Alex. Hello, Alex. Am I audible? I made you the presenter. You have to share your screen. So, see on the top left, do you see quick start? On the top left, you will see quick start. Okay. Right. So now, okay, so you can close the chat box. Okay, or maybe like this. Right. Okay. Right click on this parameter, edit this. Right. So you have given the million 5 value, 15 million. Okay, that's totally fine. Click on OK. Now go to the set. Yep, totally fine. Right. Change the values. Oh, 1 second. And that should not be a problem. And yeah, so there's some filter also that you have applied. The name filters. What is that filter that you have applied? Right. Uh, can you just right click on that? Right click on your this set, the revenue set that you have right click on that. Edit. Click on general. Click on general. At the top you have general condition top. Just give me a second. Okay, yeah, in your color you still have that expense set. Yep, that is why it's not changing. Cancel this. In the color, you are using expense set. Remove that from there. Bring the revenue one on the color. No, no, bring the set also on the color. Revenue set on the color. Now change it. Okay. So you can just stop sharing. You will have to right click on my name and just say change role to presenter. Thanks, Deepak. Okay, so others who are still getting the problem, can you please check that? Which set is used on the color? So with that, I'm just making the presenter. Yep, so you can share your screen. With that, you can now share your screen. On the top left, you will see quick start option.
Yeah.
Top left, you will see file, below file, quick start. So click in that. And then, okay. You have given a lot of zeros in your data. It's not 7 zeros, 6 zeros. You have made it 50 million. So it's all going outside that. Got it?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So please, make me the presenter. So, there will be two simply learn that you will see. Just make the one without the host. It would be one will be simply learn host, one is without host. So without host, please make that as the presenter. Right click on that and change role to presenter.
Not able to get it.
On
Where
the
is
right,
it?
on the right side, you see the list of panelists and attendees.
Yeah, yeah,
In the panelists, there are three panelists.
yeah.
So the simply learn without host. In one it is written simply learn host and one is other
Okay.
simply. Right click on that, change role to presenter.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, now in similar context, right? If I ask you to do the same activity for the expense, will you be able to do that? If you have to do the same thing for expense. Okay, so please do it. You have to connect a parameter to the expense and use that on this chart. See, technically, in the end, what we will be doing is we will be combining these set together, and we will see how we can combine the two set together as well. So please, all of you do it. Because you didn't get your point. Gray circle or less. I don't get your point. Yeah, sure. You can stop for a break. Sure. So let's stop for the break and then we'll start it up. Yeah, sure, Kaushik, you can do it. Yep, you can share your screen. Kaushik, you can share your screen. No, that you cannot change, that in and out text. You have to share the screen now. So Kaushik, you were asking to share the screen. Do you want to change the screen, Kaushik? Kaushik, I'm not sure. You're already on mute. You want to speak something, you can speak. You will have to click on Quick Start. On the top left of your screen, you will see Quick Start. Click on that and then say Share my desktop. Mm-hmm. You can speak. You can speak.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Gray box is a lace over there, means when the value is defined there. So, but when I increase the value, then the gray box is coming. Is it okay? That means the value.
No, so because the chart, every circle, see, on this circle is 1,000 circles over here on the chart.
Okay.
Right. So the idea over here is when you are changing the revenue. So what we are doing is we are highlighting. So when you say 5 million, it's now showing those startups which are having the revenues more than 5 million, 8 million, whatever number you are selecting.
Okay.
So that is what the intent is of this chart. So that we should be able to highlight the firms which are having revenue more than 9 million, 10 million, whatever value we are selecting from the parameter.
Okay, means as per the value, the gray color will be increased, right?
Correct.
Understood. Okay, sir.
So to stop sharing and change role to presenter. Just click on my name. So simply learn without host. Oh, you have made the wrong one. Hello, yep, all of you can be on break. So let's start in 15 minutes from now, right? Have a quick tea break. Yes, shall we start? Okay. So, were you all able to create this up? The second, connecting this industry expense set also to the parameter. Right. See, what we do over here is we have to just create a parameter now. Create parameter. We will call it as expense parameter, right? And we define it as an integer. Okay. And in this also we will give a range. So I am saying minimum range as, say, suppose 3 million, maximum as, suppose I am giving it as 10 million, and step size of 1 million. Okay. So now this is an expense parameter that we have also created. So what I will do is I will remove the revenue set from here and bring the expense set over here on the color, right? And let's say show expense parameter. Now what we will simply do over here is we are going to assign the parameter in this set, that is the expense set. I will right click and edit the set, and I will say formula. See, everything is same, nothing is, only the set name is changing. I will say I want to see those values where 2015 expenses are now this time less than equal to expense parameters, less than equal to, right? Sorry, sum of this is less than equal to expense parameter. So now if you will see, whatever I will change in the expense parameter, the chart is changing. Make sense, everyone? Nepal? Arush, done, okay. So Surya, are you able to do it? Kaushik, Alex, Vidya, you don't see a range key. So you have to make a parameter, right? So if you will be in the parameter, that is where you will see the range key. So Alex, we will be now combining them together. So we will combine them together. So because with the what you would have done is, see, watch on my screen. When you have made a parameter, what option did you choose? All, list, or range? If you have chosen all over there, then you will not get that the box over there. So you are saying you have selected the range, and in that range, what is the range that you have given? We have given a range of 3 million to 10 million. Okay. So Kaushik, which pop-up are you referring to? Expense set? This is the one. So this is the expense parameter. So Vidya, I think the question that you're trying to ask is, so let me just unmute you. Yeah, please ask your question.
Yeah, I'm not able to see that range thing, like it's a text box. It's coming like a parameter is coming like a text box, not like yours, like dragging thing is there, right? I'm not able to see that. You can just share my screen and check it if you want.
No, no, so no problem. So, so what I'm saying is, so like, see what happened is, this is just a style that would have changed. So what you do is, if you click on this parameter, click on the little arrow. So is it coming like this? You are typing the
Yeah,
value.
yeah, correct, correct.
So no worries. So that's just a style change. Click on the little arrow and make it slider.
Slide. Okay, thank you.
So check if you're able to see it now.
1 minute. Yeah, I'm able to see it. Thank you so much.
Okay. This is opened up, right? I thought you would have done it. Kaushik. Okay. Now, what we do is, these two, the set that we have created, right? So currently what is happening over here is, when I'm dragging expense set, right, expense parameter will work, right? If I will drag revenue set, then what will happen is the revenue set will work. Now what we want to achieve is, see, technically, in which startup would you like to invest your money? If I ask you all, you have to invest your money, in what type of startup would you like to invest your money? All of you. See, start getting involved with the data, right? Because ultimately the whole goal of Tableu is we have to answer the questions, right? So, right, Arush, less expense, more revenue, right? The startups which are having less expense and more revenue. So, what we will do over here is we will just combine the two set together now. And how to do that? See, right click on the any set, right click on the revenue set, right click on revenue set, you will find an option of create combined set, right? So we will combine the two set together. So right click on revenue set, you will get an option of create combined set. And this dialog box will come up onto your screen. Okay. Give this set a name as combined set. Give this name a combined set. Okay. Then select the second set from here, that I want to combine the revenue set with the expense set. And this is where you will see, now we talked about joins, everyone. See, if you want to see only the common data, right? If you only want to, see the common data between the expense and the revenue set, you will select the second option. That's like an inner join, right? If you want to see the complete data of set A also, set B also, you will use the first option. If you only want to see the data which is there only in revenue, not in expense, right? That is something which we call it as the third option. This is like anti left join. And then you have anti right join. The data present only in the expense set, not in revenue set. Okay. So we will go with the second option and we will click on OK. And you all will see combined set is created, right? All of you. Right. Now put this combined set on the color. And now what is happening is, whatever revenue and expense you will select. So these are those startups which have revenue more than 11 million and expense less than 5 million. So it is both the things are now going to work on this. If you will see, right? Both the things are now working. Okay. So this is how we have seen a complete use case of set, how they work and how they can be helpful. I hope this is now clear to all of you. Now the next thing, we'll move to the next part over here. So what we do now in this case is, so Pudu, you are saying I am unable to combine, find, see, make sure, see, the biggest mistake that, one mistake that people do over here is, suppose, you have created one set on ID and another on this ID, then there will be a problem. Always make sure both the sets are created with this ID only, right? Or both of them are created with this ID only. Then you will not have any issue in that. Okay? Because the ID that you have used on the chart, on that ID, the set has to be created. Make sense? Okay. So now we will see the last application of the set, and in this what we are going to do is we are going to see that, okay, I want to highlight the top 15 startups, right? I want to highlight the top 15 startups based on 2015 growth. So what we do is, let us this time bring the names. Bring the name of the startups. So please bring the name of the startups on a new sheet. Okay. You then bring the growth, right? Bring the 2015 growth over here. And let's not make this sitting here. Mm. Okay. Now bring the 2015 growth and put in this text over here. Let's make a table this time. Let's make a table and sort it in the descending order. Sort it in the descending order. So now likewise, we have created the set. We have the set to get with the top condition also. So if you will right click on the name, and you will say create set, you can call it as top 10 set, right? Top 10. We want to highlight the top 10 firms. So you will click on top by field. Okay. Top 10 by 2015 growth percentage. Click on OK. And now if you bring this set over here on the, the color, you will be able to see the top 10s are now highlighted in this blue color now. Got it, everyone? So in the top, we have done this. We have made a set, top 10 set. Edit. So this is what we have done. Top, we have to show top 10 by 2015 growth. Make sure your chart is sorted in the descending order. If suppose this is in the ascending order, right? So you might not be able to see it. Make sure it is descending order, because that is how the top 10 will be visible. Now with this, we can all see the dashboard now, right? See now, when we make a dashboard, now there was one thing that we have already seen, that how we make the dashboard. That is something we already seen, right? Okay. So when you make the dashboard, there are two ways. One is tiled, one is floating. Okay, there are two ways of making the dashboard, tiled and floating. So what now happens over here is, see, by default it is always tiled, and you should always be creating the dashboard in the tiled view only. But if you come in the floating, right? In the floating one, what happened is, it's a very time consuming process and not a recommended one. See, if you make it as a floating, if you bring the charts, see, they will come like this. You can move them anywhere you want. You will have to resize as per your need, right? And you can keep placing them wherever you want to place them, right? So like wherever I'm wanting, I'm able to place them up. So this is a floating view, something which, mostly the developers do not use. Right? So this is how you have to place it, right? Resize it, move it wherever you want. That is a floating view that you have. But mostly it is a tiled view that we use. It is more easy and convenient. You just have to drag and drop, and the arrangement automatically happens, right? You bring the chart, you bring the second chart, and you see, you don't have to spend that time doing arrangement or resizing of the stuff. And this we see, you just drag and drop, and the dashboard is now ready. Make sense? So you can share your screen, right, if you want, everything. If you have some issues, would you like to share your screen? Yep, so I can see the screen.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes. So just change
Okay.
the sorting from the top. From the top, so click on this. This is the descending by name. You see above also there is sorting option. Above.
Yeah.
No, go above name, below window. Above, it's at the top menu. At the top menu. Top menu of the tablet.
Right.
Go up, right.
Oh, window?
Below this, below window, you see there are 3 icons. No. Don't click on this.
Yeah.
This one. This is what. Just click on this.
Okay, this one?
Uh,
Oh, okay.
so the sorting.
Thank you.
Now the data is sorted in the descending order of the growth.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Sure.
Um,
So yeah.
sharing, and then simply learn.
So I'll do it. I'll just
Okay.
do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, everyone? So with this, we'll move now forward. So you can all please save this file. Okay. So please, let's all open the file now. So now you know what I will do is I will show you. So basically, the thing that we will now discuss over here is I'll show you some interesting charts, right? That how you can create some interesting charts over here in the Tableau. And for that, we'll just use that same sample superstore data. So connect to the data, click on Excel, and bring the sample superstore data inside this. And drag the orders data inside it. So please bring this new file and load the data in that orders data. All of you. So Kaushik, you can just also, in the meantime, that people are opening the file, you can please share your screen. Let's have a look. What's the issue you have? So please share your screen. Yep, go to the chart.
Hello, sir.
Uh-huh.
Sir, when I move the slider, does not work.
Wait. So combined, can you right click on that expense? Can you right click on that the no. Can you right click on that the expense set that you have created? Not parameter. Set.
Okay.
This is the top. So expense one. Yeah. You have not attached the over here. No?
Oh, sorry, sir.
Yep. That is sum of
Sir, can you take the formula?
expense. Just that. Pick up that expense. Type EX. Select it.
This one.
Select. No. 2013 expense. Below. Above 2013 expenses. 2015.
2015, sir. Yes.
Should be less than equal to. Parameter. Expense parameter. Correct. Apply and OK. Now chart change. Change the expenses. Change the expense.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. Okay.
Do the same thing for revenue also.
Revenue, I have done, sir, earlier. Just a minute. So revenue said I've taken once. Oh,
Revenue. Type REV. This should be greater than revenue parameter. Greater than.
Okay, okay. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So all you have to drag the sheet of orders. Have you done it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, now first chart that we will learn over here is that's going to be a word cloud. Okay, we will see how we can create a word cloud over here in the tablet. See, what is a word cloud basically? Word cloud is right. Word cloud is something where what we do is we try to showcase the information in the form of words. Right, that is what we will do over here right now in this. So, see, I'll show you. So, first of all, what you all do is pick up the field of subcategory, and put it on the text. You should be able to see the name of all your subcategories. Okay. Then pick up the subcategory, put it on the color. Pick up the subcategory, put it on the color. And then pick up the sales, put it on the size. Pick up the sales, put it on the size. So by default, this is a chart that you get that is called a tree map. Okay, click on the automatic and change it to text. You see, bigger the word, higher the sale, smaller the word, lower the sale. Sorry. So what we have done is, see, I'll repeat the chart. So what we did was we picked up the field of subcategory, put it on the text, then pick up the subcategory again, put it on the color, right? Then pick up the sales, put it on the size. Okay? And then from automatic, change it to text. From here, change this to text. Right, so this is like a fancy chart, right? You see, bigger word means like these are having more sales. These are having little lower sales. These are very low sales. Okay. The next that we see over here is there's going to be a funnel chart. No, Amol, see, basically these are never sorted. The beauty of word cloud is they will always be random. Then only the chart will look good. Otherwise, if you sort it, then it becomes a normal regular chart. Okay. So like if you come over here, whenever you will see word cloud, right? The moment you will see word cloud, so this is how you will always see them. They're always random. You getting it? So they're always like this, randomly big, this, they will always come like this. So that's how they are represented actually. Okay. The next is a funnel chart. See, funnel chart is a kind of a chart that will look like in the shape of a funnel. So like for example, you pick up the field of segment, right? Pick up the sales. First of all, pick up the sales, put it in the columns, sorry, rows. Then you pick up the field of segment, put on the color, pick up the segment, put in the color. Right? Then you can change it to entire view. Yes, Tushar, you can do that. That you can do for any chart. So if you will click on the format, shading, so you can do that. Right? You just have to click on format and shading. Now on this chart, please pick up the sales, put it on the size. You see this chart now looks like a funnel. Then you can put the segment on the label, sales on the label. Okay. So this is a funnel chart. See now these are some just with the tips and tricks you are creating the charts to bring some more effects on your the dashboard that you create. There is another funnel chart that we can create. Let's try that. Right. Suppose if I pick up the field of uh, segment, pick up the sales, and swap it like this. Okay. So what I do in this case is I'm going to change this into an area. And then you can bring one more sales, bring the sales again. Bring the sales again. And you double click in this and put a minus sign over here. Now this looks like a proper funnel chart now. And another funnel chart. Got it, everyone? Sure, I'll repeat it. Is this much part done, everyone? Up till here? Okay. You have to change it to the area chart. That is what you get. Then you bring the sales again. Right? Bring the sales again. And double click on that and put a minus sign. Got it? Okay. See now the next chart, right? I will create a map. Before map, suppose I want to show total sales, right? I just want to show total sales as a number, right? So how you can do that? Suppose I just want to show how much total sales we had, as in 2.2 million, 2.3 million, likewise. So what I can do is if I pick up the sales and put it on the text, pick up the sale, put it on the text. Right? And then what you can do is you can make it entire view. Right click and format. Okay. And then you can, click on this, increase the font size, make it bold, and change the alignment to the center. Okay. Then you can right click on this and you can say format, and let's show the number in the millions. See, this is quick way of showing the summaries of your data. Okay, like for example, now if you will make your dashboard, so like you want to show, right? Okay, this is what you have, and this is what you have, and right, you can bring this number on one side, you can show it as a total sale you had of this much amount. So it looks, nice over here as a quick number on this. And in fact, if you have 2-3 numbers, right, like this is total sales, and what we can do is I can add a new sheet In a similar fashion, can you calculate total profit now? Please do it, total profit. Yep. So this is where you have to create this sheet, right, to do the total profit. So can you do it? So you pick up the profit. So Fanindra, you can see it over here. The same thing, right? Profit. Put it on the text. Make it entire view. Okay. The number will come on the one side. Right click, format, and then you can go on the worksheet, increase the font size, right? Make it bold, and over here you have the alignment option. Go on the alignment, and you can make it center. This is total profit. In case you want to show this number, right? In case you want to show this number in the form of millions or thousands, you will have to right click on this, and we will say format, and right, you will just have to put up over here as the numbers in million. Or let's keep thousands for this, right? So there we get it, and let's bring that also on the dashboard now. See, total sales, total profit. Create a set in that case. Amol, you will have to just create a set in that case and put that on the color. So in this case, if you remove this on the color, it becomes plain, right? You can create a set on the subcategory top. You want to show top 5 by sales. Set is created. Put on the color. So here it is. Okay. Right click on the sales, format, and change the numbers custom to millions. Okay. Right. So this is, where I would like, to have the closure. Right. I would like to open the room for discussions, anything, questions and queries if you all have. Right. So since, we are moving closer and closer, right, towards the ending, so it's very important, make sure that topics and everything are clear to all of us. Yep. So, feel free to, raise questions, queries, any topics that you don't have, you are not clear on. I'm just opening the project as well to have a discussion on that. Just give me a moment. Okay. So I'll show the waterfall chart also. That's an interesting question that you have asked. Okay. So let's first see the waterfall chart as well. See, you can just add a new sheet. Right? Say, for example, you bring the subcategory on the columns. Please bring the subcategory in the columns. And we show sales by this. Sales by subcategory. So please do it, all of you. Sort this up as well. Okay. Then you change it to Gantt from here. You will find an option of Gantt bar. So Gantt bar will just show the arrows. Okay. This is like now it's like a waterfall, right? Then you pick up the sales, put it on the size. Oops, sorry. So this is how you will get the thing. And then you can put the sales on the color as well. Right? So this is how it's going to look like. Okay. See, this is waterfall is just to compare or see, these sections are telling you. Okay. See what happens over here is this chart that we have created, right? This is just trying to give you an idea that how the sales were decreasing. And the thickness of the bar is telling you how much sale happened over there. Right? We can see the sale was decreasing and it was a very low sale that we got in the fasteners. And in this what we also do is if you click on the analysis, we can add the totals in this. You can add, the grand total if you want. Right? This is something that can be added in this. So I'll repeat all together what we have done in this. See, what we have done is we have brought up, we have the category, subcategory, sales, sort the data, and change the chart to Gantt bar. Put the sales on the size, put the sales on the color. Make sense? Right, so coming back to this project now. Right, this is the project that you have, right? So you have two projects, comparative study of countries, and one is comparison of region based on sales. So this is typically, you will find more on the sample superstore data, right? The one that we used, right? So over here, this over here, the idea is you have to compare the sales between the two regions, and he has asked each region operator to record the sales data to compare by region. The upper management wants to visualize the sales using a dashboard to understand the performance, right? So over the data set is sample superstore, right? And it is also, you will find the link also for that. And this is the kind of an analysis that is supposed, is to be created. Okay. So you will be able to access the data from here. Okay, this is the sample superstore XLS, and this is exactly the stuff that you have to create. First order date, right? Minimum sales, right? All this information you have to put up. Right? Primary region, which is central, and another is east. So you have to show the data for primary and east region over here, right? Using filters, right? Changing the background, applying the background color and everything. This is what you have. Make sense to all of you? And then you have the comparative study of countries, right? So in this you have two data sets, right? One is financial development data set and one is insurance sample data set. Okay. So in this also, you have to kind of, the questions are given to us. You have to create the tables, right? Two parameters for year selection and category selection, right? You have to calculate growth, right? How can you calculate the growth? Growth is basically previous year numbers, right? The current year minus the previous year divided by the previous year. That is going to give you the growth. Okay. So you're working on this project, okay? So on which data set were you trying to do the pivot? This one. Sure, Ankit, no problem. You can show it to me tomorrow, no worries. Okay. Right, so this is basically the project, right? So try to work, right? We have 2-3 days, so if you have any questions, you can please let me know, and definitely, we can discuss on that. Okay. Right, so this is where, I think we will keep the things for today. Right, so tomorrow, what we will be doing is we will be talking about the analytical features that we have in the Tableu, and we will be, talking about, we will also do one exercise also for data blending and everything, right? So, yep, so this is where we'll stop. So, Kasturi, yep, you can share your screen. Can you share your screen now?
Hi, sir. Sir, can you see this chart to show revenue versus expenses here? So I'm unable to make the changes. Yesterday you have shown to me, right? There will be one arrow which will be shown here. So here I'm unable to arrange it properly actually.
So on the chart, have you used the container over here?
No, sir.
So for that you have to use a container. Then only it will happen.
Okay, do you want me to add this container over here?
Then you have to add the charts in the container.
Okay.
Then you will get an option to rearrange it, distribute it evenly. Okay.
Okay, in that, oh, that's the case. Okay. So that's what actually, from yesterday actually I'm asking that.
Then it will happen.
Yeah.
Okay. So total, we will be discussing the totals tomorrow again as well, right? So I'll show you the total subtotals again as well, right? So that is where we will do it. Right, guys? No, so you will be able to upload the dashboard file itself. You can upload that file itself. Okay? Right. Thanks, guys. So this is where we'll take the pause. So see you all tomorrow then. Enjoy the rest of the day. So you will, I think for the next course, I think you will get some notifications for that. Okay. Thanks you. Thanks everyone.
you everyone to share the feedback once the session is done. The link will auto-populate in the default browser. Thank you. Sorry, if you have any doubt, you can ping me personally. Bhargavi, just do one thing. Please ping your mail ID personally to me. Bhargavi, please ping your mail ID personally to me in the chat window. Thank you so much. It will be done by the end of the day. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Once the session is done, the link will auto-populate in the default browser. Thank you so much. Take your time and submit the project within 1 week. Thank you so much, guys. I'll be ending the session now. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.